We're all going.
No, you.
I said,
We're all going.
Oh, come on.
You might want to just... Is he doing what I think he's doing?
Yeah. Odds on survival? 60-40.
cowboy up.
Myself, my name is Hobbs.
There's two of them and $2 billion worth of us.
If the three of us don't work together, billions of people will die.
Your sister is one of the toughest, baddest, most capable women I've ever encountered.
No one could do it better.
My kind of girl. I see what you're doing. You think I'm stupid? Of course I think you're stupid.
Oh, H to the O-B. Sing ain't lie. I done came through the block and everything that's fly. I'm like, I never claimed I had wings on.
Woo! We're gonna need cars and guns.
Oh, I can handle that part.
I'm sorry to bring this here, Mama.
Luke, this is your home.
Go with that Cuba.
You're gonna get one Samoan-ass whoopee.
I'm like Superman.
Here comes a kryptonite.
Family never gives up.
Fresh out the frying pan into the fire. Oh,
No, this is not good.
We're going for a ride.
shoot at you actors like movie directors.
Welcome to my island, mother.
Either love me or leave me alone. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Hey guys, we're going to talk about Hobbs Shaw, alright? First off, before we start this, let me apologize for any background noise. My new kitten's really attention needy at the moment. She's only a few months old. She's really small. I mean, she can fit in the palm of my hand. So can't shut the door because she scratches the door, meows, meows, meows. So if you hear anything in the background, that's what that is. Okay, so Hobbs Shaw. It's a really decent, awesome movie. It was hilarious. Trying to do all this without the spoilers, but I mean, let's just go over the actors that I can remember real fast off the top of my head because I'm never really good with a lot of actors normally. Jason Statham, loved him since I first saw him. I think the first time I ever saw him might have been, it was either, when I was a kid, it was either in Jet Li's The One or it might have been The Italian Job. Is the first time I ever actually saw him, but I like his character, his part in everything that I've seen him in. I love him in Redemption, Parker, The One, as I mentioned, Italian Job, I also mentioned. What else? The Expendables, his character in The Expendables is great. Of course, then you have the Transporter. I don't know if I said that already. Then there's, his least known, his older ones that are not really as mainstream, like Safe and stuff. They're all great movies. You also have The Rock, of course, the two headliners. And I've loved The Rock ever since I was a kid, and it wasn't because I was a wrestling fan, because I wasn't. I hated wrestling growing up. Just didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. But I say a lot. I loved him. Scorpion King was the first thing I ever actually saw him in. Unless you count The Mummy Returns, which I don't really, because he doesn't really do much. They just kind of used him and CGI'd him in there for the Scorpion King. The actual first thing I ever saw him in was the Scorpion King. And I love the Scorpion King. A lot of people give me crap for that because the Scorpion King, in a lot of people's opinion that I know, wasn't that great. And they didn't think The Rock was that great in it. But, I used to remind them, I believe that was his first actual acting part, major acting part, so you can't expect too much. But the first Scorpion King, I loved it. I love pretty much everything I see The Rock in. I loved him. Jumanji, I was skeptical when they announced it, but he did great. Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart, awesome. Walking Tall, The Rundown. I love all of those movies. Anytime there's The Rock in it, I even like Dune. All right, and I mean, I don't like all of it, but I like Doom because The Rock's in it, because he does his part very well. So it's on my shelf in my living room because The Rock's in it. I love it. So it's a movie that, I mean, he's an actor that I just can get behind. There are a few other surprise things here that aren't even on this. It's a little bit of a spoiler, but no, I'm not going to give you any details. They're not on the cast list if you Google it, but Ryan Reynolds is in it a little bit, and so is Kevin Hart, which I love because I love Ryan Reynolds, and Kevin Hart and The Rock, their chemistry is awesome. Central Intelligence is great because of that. I think if it was anyone else, it wouldn't have worked. Same with Jumanji, their back and forth that they do is amazing. I can't wait for the next Jumanji because of those two. I love Kevin Hart in general, so as well. So, but great thing. This movie was actually really funny. It had a lot of good comedy in it, a lot of back and forth. Jason Statham and The Rock were going back and forth. There were moments that me and my wife were talking. I was like, they had to do that to the camera because of how they both are off camera. I can just see one of them making fun of the other one in the middle of them doing it. So it's a great movie. I've only seen it once. I'm planning to see it again this week. I just saw it 2 days ago, or Friday, so 3 days ago because it's a Tuesday now. I'm going to see it tomorrow before I go to work. I'm going to go in, I'm going to watch it because I loved it so much. It was a great movie. It was just great. The story was awesome. It wasn't your typical Fast and Furious movie. It was actually a really cool action comedy. It wasn't, it was a Fast and Furious spinoff, but they didn't focus too much on cars. I'm not a car guy, but I still love the Fast and Furious franchise. So hold on, my cat's about to attack the snake. The big cat, not the little cat. And he's shedding, so I don't want any stress on him. But it's definitely a good movie to watch. It's hilarious. It's got something for everybody. I work in a movie theater when I'm not teaching martial arts, so I've talked to a lot of people about the film and about some parents. I'm going to just say this. The language wasn't that bad. That's what most people have been, parents have been worried about when they take their kids to see it, is the language. But the language wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. They did drop one F-bomb. However, that is an after-credit scene with Ryan Reynolds, and he that says it, if I remember correctly. I will say this. It's not. I'm going to try to keep this a spoiler. If you are a Game of Thrones fan and you have not seen Season 8, you haven't wrapped up a lot of things yet, do not watch the after-credit scene. There is a major spoiler, and I'm 90% sure Ryan Reynolds did that just to irritate people. However, Game of Thrones Season 8 has been out for a few months now, so if you haven't seen it, it's kind of your fault. I'm just giving you a warning because I like to be a nice guy. So definitely looking forward to the sequel. They did set up a sequel. It's really cool. This whole movie was really good. The only trope I didn't like is it was obviously a teamwork movie. Work as a team. So, but that was obvious from the trailers. It was obvious that that was going to happen. But it was still funny. The woman who played The Rock's mom is probably one of the best parts. It's my wife's favorite part. Was her in general. She's so much smaller than all his brothers and him, and they are all terrified of her, which is how you should be about your mother. You should be terrified. But that's everything I'm going to talk about the Hobbs Shaw. It was a great movie. I'm going to give it probably about 3.5, 4 stars. It was a good movie. It's going to be a movie that you have to be. It's an action comedy. It's a movie that you can be like, hey guys, let's watch this movie. It's not going to be a movie that you're going to be like, oh, there's nothing else on. Let's watch this movie. It's a movie that you're just like, I'm in the feeling for something funny and explosive-y. This is the movie for you. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Tell me there's a lot of movies out, and like I said, I work in movie theaters, so I get free movies. Tell me what you want to see or what you want a review of. If my theater has it, I will go and I will watch that movie. If a theater in my area has it, I will go watch it when I get a chance, even if I have to pay a bit of money just to do that, because the whole point of this channel is to provide everyday normal person feedback to you. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not getting paid by anybody to do this. I don't have enough subscribers anyway, so no one would. But this is like a real world, a normal person viewpoint. So let me know if there's any movies, video games, anything like that you guys want to know about. Catch you guys next time.